Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Paul Heyman made his long-awaited WWE return last week, revealing CM Punk as the OG Bloodline's fifth man for War Games. The Advocate recently opened up on rumors about his new look and that he has been dressing up as Solo Sikoa. The Wiseman's return came after Solo Sikoa and his henchmen destroyed the 2024 Hall of Famer in late June. The storyline lead-up to this attack saw Heyman become more stressed and disheveled amid Roman Reigns' absence. The special counsel sported a black suit and red shirt when he returned last Friday, no longer looking ungroomed. The WWE Universe immediately speculated on the attire being similar to what Sikoa wore when he began his Bloodline takeover, mainly in May and June, but other recent times. This led to rumors on Paul Heyman joining the new Bloodline. Heyman was more committed than he had been with his own previous characters, according to Andrew Corpan of Clutch Points. In a new interview, the 59-year-old initially brushed the dedication off, noting that he has to dress to impress when Roman is around. The Hall of Famer then commented on his look on SmackDown and that he would be betraying Roman Reigns. Bloodline colors out in front in a neon-level display, wearing my love for the Bloodline literally on my sleeve, Paul Heyman said. Paul Heyman has been expected to continue working with Roman Reigns and the Bloodline for some time. Paul Heyman set for WWE SmackDown and War Games. Tonight's WWE SmackDown will feature the final build for Survivor Series, War Games on Saturday. The episode was taped last week at the Delta Center in Salt Lake City. Paul Heyman will be on tonight's SmackDown to oversee a face-to-face chat between CM Punk and Roman Reigns. The segment has a backstage setting and was not filmed for the crowd last week. Paul Heyman is also advertised for Saturday's PLE in Vancouver. Jey Uso vs. Jacob Fatu has also been announced for tonight's SmackDown. The match will determine the War Games advantage for Saturday. Uso vs. Fatu will headline tonight's episode. The wrestling world was abuzz with speculation when Paul Heyman stepped into the ring during the latest episode of WWE SmackDown wearing a striking outfit eerily similar to Solo Sikoa's signature look. Gone was his usual sharp suit and red tie. Instead, Heyman donned a black Samoan-inspired hoodie, gold chain, and even sported a stoic expression that mimicked Solo's no-nonsense demeanor. Fans immediately took to social media, theorizing that this change in wardrobe was no coincidence but a subtle hint of something bigger brewing in the Bloodline. Rumors began swirling about Heyman aligning himself more closely with Solo and possibly plotting against Roman Reigns, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion and the head of the table. Speculation grew louder when Heyman, in a backstage interview, refused to directly address the wardrobe change, offering only cryptic smiles and vague responses. But what's really going on behind the scenes? Is Paul Heyman, the wise manipulator, setting the stage for another seismic betrayal in WWE history? The promo that lit the fire. During SmackDown's opening segment, Roman Reigns was notably absent, a rare occurrence that fueled further whispers of dissent within the Bloodline. Solo Sikoa stood stoically in the ring, arms crossed, while Heyman held the microphone. Tonight, Heyman began, his voice dripping with intensity, is not about the past. It's not even about the present. Tonight is about the future of the Bloodline. A future where dominance is non-negotiable, and loyalty isn't just expected, it's demanded. The crowd erupted, sensing tension in the air. Heyman's choice of words seemed deliberate, almost as if he were taking subtle jabs at Roman's recent absences and his perceived reliance on others to protect his throne. Solo Sikoa, Heyman continued, turning to face the enforcer. This man represents what it means to be untouchable. He doesn't waver. He doesn't falter. He doesn't betray. The emphasis on the word betray sent shockwaves through the arena. Fans caught the sly undertone, interpreting it as a warning shot aimed at Reigns. Backstage fallout. After the segment, WWE's social media channels exploded. Clips of Heyman's promo went viral, and the hashtag #HeymanSoloBetrayal began trending worldwide. Backstage, reporters attempted to corner Heyman for a comment. True to his persona, he remained enigmatic. What you witnessed out there, Heyman said, adjusting his gold chain, was a celebration of loyalty. If anyone chooses to interpret it differently, that's their prerogative. But let me be clear, I serve one tribal chief. When asked if that tribal chief was still Roman Reigns, Heyman smirked. For now, he replied, walking away. The locker room divide. The rumored tensions within the bloodline had reportedly caused a rift in the locker room. While some superstars believed Heyman's new look and attitude were a calculated move to elevate Solo as a potential leader, others thought it was nothing more than a red herring to distract from other storylines. It's Paul Heyman, one anonymous WWE superstar shared. The guy thrives on playing mind games. Whether or not he's actually turning on Roman, he's making us, and the fans, think about it. That's his genius. However, not everyone was buying into the idea of a betrayal. Some argued that Heyman's wardrobe change was simply an attempt to showcase unity within the bloodline. Heyman knows how to get people talking, said another insider. But at the end of the day, Roman is still the head of the table. Solo is just a piece on the chessboard. Fan reactions and theories. Meanwhile, fans on social media couldn't get enough of the drama. Paul Heyman is dressed like Solo Sikoa now? This man is either paying tribute or plotting his next big move, tweeted one fan. Imagine the betrayal if Heyman and Solo turned on Roman at Survivor Series. The storytelling would be insane, another fan speculated. Conspiracy theories ranged from Solo being groomed as the next tribal chief to Heyman orchestrating a complete takeover of the bloodline by recruiting new members. Some even suggested that Heyman might be manipulating Solo to step out of Roman's shadow, only to eventually betray Solo himself. Heyman breaks his silence. Finally, on WWE's The Bump, Heyman addressed the rumors head-on, delivering a masterclass in ambiguity. Do I find it flattering that the entire WWE universe hangs on my every word, every gesture, every choice of attire? Absolutely, Heyman began, flashing his trademark grin. But let's not get carried away. My wardrobe decisions are my own. If I choose to wear something similar to my esteemed associate Solo Sikoa, it's out of respect for his unmatched dedication to the bloodline. The hosts pressed Heyman on whether his recent behavior signaled a shift in allegiance. My allegiance, Heyman replied, leaning forward, is to the strongest force in WWE. The one who leads, who dominates, who ensures the bloodline remains untouchable. That has always been, and will always be, my priority. When asked to clarify if that leader was still Roman Reigns, Heyman offered a chilling response: time will tell who the strongest truly is. Solo Sikoa speaks. Adding fuel to the fire, Solo Sikoa finally broke his silence during a backstage interview. While typically a man of few words, Solo's response to Heyman's newfound admiration was cryptic. Paul does what he does, Solo said, staring directly into the camera. I do what I do. The bloodline survives because we handle our business. Anybody who steps out of line? They get handled too. The ominous tone left fans wondering whether Solo was alluding to Roman or even Heyman himself. What's next for the bloodline? As the road to Survivor Series heats up, the tension within the bloodline is becoming impossible to ignore. With Roman Reigns expected to return next week, all eyes will be on his reaction to Heyman's behavior and Solo's growing prominence. Will Heyman's loyalty remain with Roman, or is he setting the stage for Solo to claim his spot at the head of the table? And if a betrayal is indeed in the works, who will strike first? For now, Paul Heyman has done what he does best, kept the WWE universe guessing. One thing is certain, the bloodline story is far from over, and the next chapter promises to be as explosive as ever.